My beloved child, don't skip this fictional suspense story because what begins as one unexpected notification turns into a journey that changes everything. Stay till the end because this isn't simply about money, it is about trust, unexpected kindness, and discovering that every choice has consequences. Early one quiet morning, your phone vibrates with a notification you've never seen before. You glance at the screen and read the message twice, unable to believe your eyes. A stranger has sent you money. Open immediately. Your heart begins to race. Questions flood your mind. Who would send me money? Was it sent by mistake? Is this even real? You hesitate before touching the screen. Something tells you not to rush. In this fictional story, curiosity and caution begin pulling your thoughts in two different directions. Every second feels longer than the last as you wonder what could possibly be waiting behind that mysterious notification. You decide not to react immediately. Instead, you sit quietly and think through every possibility. Could someone from your past be trying to help? Could it be connected to an old promise that was never fulfilled? Or is there another explanation you haven't even imagined? Listen carefully, because this changes everything. Sometimes the greatest surprise isn't the message itself, it's what it teaches you about patience and wisdom. Rather than assuming the best or the worst, you choose to slow down and understand the situation before taking any action. As the day continues, more unexpected details begin to appear. A second message arrives, but it contains no name, no photograph, and no explanation, only one sentence. This isn't a mistake. Please read the note attached. Your curiosity grows even stronger. After carefully reviewing everything, you discover a short letter attached to the transfer. It doesn't ask for anything in return. It simply says, "Years ago, someone helped me when I had nothing. They expected nothing back except that one day I would help someone else. Today, I chose you. Use this gift wisely, and if life ever gives you the chance, pass kindness on to another person." You read those words over and over. The amount of money isn't what captures your attention anymore. It's the message behind it. In this fictional story, you begin realizing that generosity has a remarkable way of inspiring more generosity. A single act of kindness can quietly travel through countless lives, reaching people who may never even meet each other. As evening falls, you look around your home and think about all the people who once encouraged you during difficult seasons. You remember teachers who believed in you, friends who stood beside you, neighbors who offered help without expecting anything in return, and family members who sacrificed quietly so you could keep moving forward. Suddenly, you understand that this mysterious gift isn't only about receiving. It's about becoming the kind of person who gives hope whenever the opportunity appears. Just before you put your phone away for the night, another notification appears. This time, it isn't from the mysterious sender. It's a reminder you decide to write for yourself. Whenever life blesses you, let someone else experience that blessing through your kindness. You smile gently, lock your phone, and look toward tomorrow with a grateful heart, realizing that the greatest treasure isn't the unexpected money, it is the opportunity to let kindness continue its journey from one life to another. My beloved child, don't skip this fictional suspense story because the mysterious transfer was only the beginning. Stay till the end because the next message raises even more questions than the first one. The following morning, you wake up still thinking about the anonymous gift. You read the note again, hoping to find a clue you may have missed. Every word feels genuine, yet the sender's identity remains a complete mystery. You wonder if you'll ever discover who chose you or why they believed you were the right person to receive such unexpected kindness. As you prepare to leave for the day, your phone vibrates once more. It's another message from the same anonymous account. There is one more thing you need to know. This gift was never about the money. You stop walking and read the sentence again. Your curiosity grows stronger. In this fictional story, you realize the mystery is becoming much deeper than you first imagined. Moments later, another message appears. Meet me at the old public library at 6 p.m. Bring only the letter. No one else. For several minutes, you simply stare at the screen. Part of you wants to ignore it completely. Another part feels that the answers you've been searching for might finally be waiting there. Listen carefully, because this changes everything. Instead of rushing into a decision, you carefully think it through. You tell a trusted friend where you're going, keep your phone with you, and decide to meet in the public area of the library during opening hours. Whatever happens, you choose caution over impulse. As evening arrives, you step into the quiet library. Sunlight filters through the tall windows, and only a few people are reading in the distance. You wait near the entrance, holding the folded letter. Minutes pass. Just when you begin wondering if anyone will come, an older person quietly approaches and smiles. You came, they say gently. You nod, still unsure what to expect. The stranger sits across from you and says, "Many years ago, I was helped by someone I had never met. They asked for only one promise, that when I was able, would help another person without expecting recognition. I kept that promise, and today I wanted you to understand that kindness becomes stronger when it is passed forward." You listen carefully, surprised that the story isn't about hidden wealth or secret rewards. It's about a chain of generosity stretching across many years. The stranger explains that several people have continued this tradition, each helping someone new and asking only one thing in return: when the time is right, help someone else. Before leaving, the stranger places a small sealed envelope on the table. "Don't open this until tomorrow," they say with a warm smile. You look down at the envelope, then back up, but the stranger has already disappeared into the crowd of people leaving the library. Holding the envelope in your hands, you realize the greatest mystery has not been solved yet. In fact, it may have only just begun. My beloved child, don't skip this fictional suspense story because the sealed envelope you've been carrying all night contains a message that will change the way you see generosity forever. Stay till the end because every question you've asked since that first notification is about to lead to an unexpected answer. The next morning, you place the envelope on the table and look at it for several minutes. The room is completely quiet. You remember the stranger's calm smile and the unusual request to wait until today. Taking a slow breath, you carefully open the envelope. Inside is a single handwritten letter and a small, old-fashioned key. Confused, you unfold the letter and begin reading. If this key has reached your hands, it means someone before you kept a promise that was never meant to end. The money you received was only the beginning. The real gift is the opportunity to continue a tradition of kindness that has quietly changed many lives. You read the sentence again, trying to understand what it means. In this fictional story, the mystery becomes even deeper. The letter explains that, for many years, ordinary people have secretly helped strangers during some of the most difficult moments of their lives. None of them expected recognition. None of them wanted praise. Their only wish was that kindness would keep moving from one person to the next, creating hope where it was needed most. Listen carefully, because this changes everything. Attached to the letter is a simple list, not of names, but of moments. Help someone who believes they've been forgotten. Encourage someone who is ready to give up. Share when you have enough. Listen before you judge. Leave every life a little brighter than you found it. As you finish reading, you realize this isn't a secret organization or a hidden fortune. It's a quiet reminder that the smallest acts of compassion often have the greatest impact. The mysterious transfer was never intended to make you rich. It was meant to remind you that generosity grows stronger every time it is shared. That afternoon, curiosity leads you back to the public library. You hope to see the stranger again, but instead you find a small wooden box waiting at the same table where you met. Resting on top is a note. The key belongs here. You gently unlock the box. Inside are dozens of folded letters, each written by a different person over many years. Some describe receiving help during difficult seasons. Others tell stories about helping someone else after their own lives had changed. Every letter ends with the same sentence. Don't let kindness stop with you. As you continue reading, tears begin filling your eyes. You realize you're holding years of hope written by ordinary people whose lives were quietly transformed through simple acts of generosity. Just before closing the box, you notice one final empty envelope with your name written on the front. There is no letter inside. Only a blank sheet of paper. Suddenly, you understand why. The next chapter of the story has not been written yet. It's waiting for you to decide what kind of difference your own kindness will make. My beloved child, don't skip this fictional inspirational suspense story because the blank page inside the envelope is not empty by accident. Stay till the end because today you discover that the greatest message was never meant to be read, it was meant to be written. You carefully hold the blank sheet in your hands, wondering why every other envelope contained heartfelt letters while yours contains nothing at all. For a few quiet moments, you simply stare at the page. Then, almost as if everything suddenly makes sense, you smile. The stranger wasn't asking you to search for another secret. They were inviting you to create one. Listen carefully, because this changes everything. You leave the library carrying the empty page, but your heart no longer feels empty. As you walk through the city, you begin noticing people you had hurried past countless times before. An elderly man struggles to carry his groceries. A young student sits alone looking worried outside a cafe. A parent patiently comforts a crying child at a bus stop. You realize that kindness isn't hidden in extraordinary moments. It quietly waits inside ordinary opportunities that most people never notice. Later that afternoon, you stop at a small neighborhood cafe. While waiting for your coffee, you notice someone counting coins, quietly realizing they don't have enough to pay. Without expecting recognition, you gently cover the remaining amount and smile before returning to your seat. The person looks around, trying to discover who helped, but you simply continue reading your book. In this fictional story, you finally understand why the mysterious sender never revealed their identity. The greatest gift loses nothing when no one knows who gave it. Over the next few weeks, your life begins changing in small but meaningful ways. You volunteer a little of your time, encourage someone who feels discouraged, reconnect with old friends, and make gratitude part of your daily routine. None of these moments make headlines. None of them attract attention. Yet each one quietly reminds you that generosity is measured not only by what we give, but by the hope we leave behind. One evening, as you return home, your phone vibrates once again. For a brief moment, you wonder if it could be another message from the mysterious stranger. This time, however, the notification contains only one simple sentence. "Have you written your page yet?" You smile warmly. Without replying, you open the blank sheet that has remained safely folded inside your notebook since the day you received it. Slowly, you begin writing. "Today I learned that true wealth isn't counted by the money we receive. It is measured by the kindness we leave behind, the encouragement we offer, and the lives we quietly brighten along the way. Someone believed in me without asking for anything in return. From this day forward, I choose to become that person for someone else." You carefully fold the paper, place it inside the wooden box at the library, and gently lock it with the small key. As you turn to leave, you notice a young visitor opening the box for the very first time. They look just as curious as you once did. You quietly smile, realizing that the story has come full circle. The mysterious transfer was never the ending. It was simply the beginning of a chain of kindness that will continue long after your own chapter has been written. My beloved child, don't skip this fictional inspirational suspense story because the moment you leave the library, you believe the journey is over. But sometimes the most meaningful chapter begins only after you think the story has ended. Stay till the end because today you will discover how one quiet decision can touch lives you may never even meet. Days pass peacefully, and life slowly returns to its normal rhythm. Yet something inside you has changed forever. Every morning, instead of wondering whether another mysterious message will appear, you begin asking yourself a different question: who can I encourage today? That single question quietly transforms the way you see the world. As the weeks go by, you notice opportunities that once escaped your attention. You write a note of appreciation to a teacher who never realized how much they influenced your life. You anonymously leave groceries for a family facing difficult times. You help a stranger whose car has broken down on the side of the road. None of these moments seem extraordinary by themselves, yet each act leaves behind a quiet ripple of hope. In this fictional story, you discover that generosity rarely changes the entire world in a single day, but it can completely change someone's day, and sometimes that is where a better world begins. Listen carefully, because this changes everything. One rainy evening, as you return home, your phone lights up once again. It's not from the anonymous sender. Instead, it's from someone you barely know. The message simply says, "You probably don't remember helping me a few weeks ago, but your kindness came at a time when I had almost given up. Thank you for reminding me that good people still exist. You read the words several times, feeling your heart grow warm. You never expected a reply. You never helped to receive recognition. Yet this simple message reminds you that even the smallest acts of compassion can travel much farther than we imagine. Months later, you decide to visit the old public library one more time. Everything looks exactly the same, yet it feels completely different. The wooden box is still there, resting quietly on the same table. Curious, you gently open it once more. Inside, you notice dozens of new letters that weren't there before. Some are written by people you have never met. Others tell stories of hope, second chances, restored friendships, and unexpected encouragement. As you read them, you realize the chain of kindness has continued growing without anyone trying to control it. Ordinary people have simply kept choosing to care for one another. Just before you close the box, you discover one final envelope addressed to whoever opens this next. You smile, realizing it isn't meant for you. You carefully leave it untouched, knowing another person will one day arrive searching for answers just as you once did. Your chapter has been written. Now someone else's journey is about to begin. As you quietly walk out of the library, the evening sun paints the streets with golden light. You take one last look back before continuing forward with a peaceful heart. In this fictional story, you finally understand that the greatest gift was never the unexpected money. It was learning that hope multiplies whenever it is shared, kindness grows whenever it is given, and one compassionate decision can inspire countless others long after we are gone. From that day forward, you no longer waited for extraordinary miracles to appear in your life. Instead, you became the reason someone else began believing in them. My beloved child, don't skip this fictional inspirational story because this is the final chapter, the moment every mystery finally finds its true meaning. Stay till the end because the ending isn't about discovering the identity of the stranger. It's about discovering the person you have become because of their kindness. A full year passes since the day that unexpected notification first appeared on your phone. Life has changed in quiet but remarkable ways. The fear, curiosity, and uncertainty that once filled your heart have been replaced by gratitude, confidence, and a desire to make a difference wherever you go. One bright morning, you decide to visit the old public library one last time. The familiar wooden box still rests on the same table, just as it always has. You gently unlock it with a small key and notice that it is now overflowing with letters from people whose lives have been touched by simple acts of kindness. Some letters describe strangers who paid for a meal during a difficult week. Others tell of words of encouragement that arrived at exactly the right moment. A few speak about friendships that began because one person chose compassion instead of indifference. As you read, you realize that the chain has grown far beyond anything you could have imagined. Listen carefully, because this changes everything. Resting beneath all the letters is one final envelope addressed to you. Your hands tremble slightly as you open it. Inside is a short handwritten note. You searched for the stranger who changed your life. But the truth is, the journey was never about finding that person. It was about becoming that person. You quietly smile as those words settle into your heart. Suddenly, every mysterious message, every unexpected meeting, every letter, and every unanswered question makes perfect sense. The greatest treasure was never the money. The greatest treasure was the reminder that one thoughtful act can travel farther than we will ever know. As you prepare to leave the library, you notice a young visitor standing near the entrance, holding a phone with a confused expression. They seem uncertain, just as you once were. You walk over with a warm smile, offer a few encouraging words, and help them find the information they were looking for. It is a small moment, but it reminds you how powerful ordinary kindness can be. That evening, you gather with family and friends for dinner. Looking around the table, you realize that the richest life is not measured by numbers in a bank account. It is measured by relationships, trust, generosity, and the people whose lives become brighter because you chose to care. You share stories, laugh together, and quietly give thanks for every unexpected turn that brought you to this moment. Before going to bed, you open your journal for the final time and write. Today I finally understand that real wealth is not what we keep. It is what we give. A kind word, a helping hand, a listening ear, an honest heart. These are the gifts that never lose their value. Someone once changed my life through quiet generosity. Now I will spend the rest of my life doing the same for others. You close the journal, place the small key beside it, and look out the window as the first stars begin to appear. Your phone remains silent, but this time you don't wait for another mysterious notification. You no longer need one. The greatest message has already been received. In this fictional story, what began with an unexpected transfer ends with a heart transformed by compassion. The stranger never asked for recognition, and they never expected repayment. They simply started a chain of kindness that continued through ordinary people willing to care for someone else. And as you step into tomorrow, you carry one unshakable truth with you. The greatest gift you'll ever receive is the opportunity to become someone else's reason to believe that kindness still exists.